Lately, I've been spending a lot of time studying for the GRE. I'm planning to take it in a couple months, so I thought I'd show you all how I'm sort of studying for this big standardized test. To study, I'm using two notebooks and this enormous GRE test prep book. Absolutely not sponsored. I just wanted a book with a lot of questions to practice from. It's been a while since I've taken standardized tests like the SAT and ACT, so I need some help to get back into the swing of things when it comes to test taking. So this first notebook I got from Muji, and I liked this one more than the other ones that I saw in the store because of how many pages it had. I've set an index up so I can find my notes on each section, and I've created a sort of progress tracker so I can mark which drills I've done. This has been super helpful since I jump around between doing math and verbal drills. Since this test prep book has information and strategies before each set of drills, if there's something I want to make sure to remember, I write it down here. The second notebook is more for scratch work, and I got this just from a local stationery store, and I use this to actually do the drills, and I like having the second notebook because whenever I'm doing scratch work it gets really messy and I have diagrams all over the place and just like scratched out stuff, so I like having it separate, and I prefer this to having loose leaf scratch paper that sort of just ends up all over my apartment. Once I complete a drill, I check my answers, mark incorrect answers in red pen, and I take more notes in the corresponding section of my black notebook. This helps me keep an eye on what types of questions I tend to get wrong so I can look out for them in the future. For verbal questions, a lot of these types of questions revolve around knowing vocabulary, and so I have a few pages of this running list of vocab words that I've come across in drills that I didn't know as well as I'd liked. These include words that I absolutely didn't know, and a lot of words that I felt like I knew, but I didn't have a solid enough grasp of the definition to make really certain answers. Once I write them down here, I add them to a Quizlet set of GRE vocab, also not sponsored. Since I have a lot of words to learn, this saves a lot of paper. Back when I used paper flashcards, I lost them. They would end up all over the place, similar to my scratch paper dilemma. So having digital flashcards makes a lot more sense in this situation. And finally, I haven't done much practice for the essay portion of the test, but that's why I'm so glad that this Muji notebook has so many pages in it, so there's plenty of space to write essay prompts and questions and responses and rewrites and just notes in general for it. I based my study schedule off this resource I found on Kaplan's website, not sponsored. I study 3 to 4 days a week for an hour each session. During this time, I do 2 to 3 drills and go through some flashcards. And then I'm going to take a couple practice tests probably this weekend, ideally, and another one in a month or so, and probably another one closer to the test date. So let me know if you're also preparing for the GRE or maybe another standardized test, and if you have any other tips when it comes to studying and preparing for them.